Thank you, Mr. President. Since we are discussing justice, I would like to raise a disturbing issue that has come to my attention today. Mr. Roger Hayes has been summarily sentenced to 21 days in Liverpool prison following a cursory appearance before a magistrate on Monday. Mr. Hayes was arrested at 8:30 a.m, taken to court, sentenced and locked up by 6 p.m. that evening. No members of the public or witnesses were reportedly allowed at his hearing, and is a prominent tax protester. His case arises from his withholding of council tax on a legally based objection that the revenue is being illegally used. Mr. Hayes' imprisonment may well be illegal under English common law. Mr. Hayes must be freed without delay and the issues behind it widely publicised. I hope this helps.
We're grateful for what you've done, and of course there are other people in the background who are offering support and help on this. I wonder whether we can just bring things back to some of the fundamentals in this, and that is, I've got on screen in front of me now a copy of Roger's statement of truth, which he wrote when he was in prison. So he's giving a step-by-step account as to what happened to him. And of course the thing that Roger is saying is that from the time he was arrested, he was then, in his words, at my forced attendance at the Birkenhead Magistrates Court building. So he was forced to attend that hearing, and he is describing an administrator for the hearing, and saying that the man who was actually in that magistrates court was known to him, and that he had been in front of that individual several times previously. And Rogers says, I claim that these previous encounters mean that there's no prospect of me receiving an unbiased and balanced consideration. So the point that we've been trying to get out to members of the public is the fact that here we have a man who's arrested. He's held for 3 hours, or approximately 3 hours, by the police. Then he goes into a court with one man to make a decision. There is no jury, and it isn't just one judge. This happens to be somebody else who Roger has appeared in front of on numerous occasions, and each time Roger has been able to defend himself successfully. On this occasion, of course, he is then simply committed to prison with no jury, no members of the public and no press present.
Secondly, the courts have made a clear distinction that they are claiming that statute law is superior to common law. So we have informed the magistrates that the position of the people is that common law is superior to statute law. It's a very, very important division between the two, okay? So this is going to go further up the case, and I think we're pleased that we've now got to the point where we've actually got that clear distinction with what they're claiming is and is not the case. Now, we've just pointed out to the police that they're being involved in this because obviously the courts or the government is dragging the police in to try and force their hand statute law over common law. So we've got a situation which is evolving now. It's really quite interesting. But the next court case, we'll be dealing with these issues, and that's going to be on the 8th, the 7th, 8th, and 9th, and the 11th of July. Okay, so work in progress. I think we've done a good job, and I also note that the magistrates seem to be listening to what we're saying. But very importantly, the legal advisors have all been told that statute law is superior. This is corpus juris, is superior to common law. They got it wrong.
Unreasonable authority.
Right, so well, as I say, I'll put you through to one of my colleagues and they'll try and arrange that for you, okay?
Okay.
Good evening, sir. You've been put through to Helen from Alex and the switchboard. You're wanting to log your details with regards to what instance, sorry?
I want to speak to someone. I don't want my details logged. I want to speak to someone with some authority that can explain to me why Roger Hayes was taken from his home this morning, tried in secret, found guilty and then thrown in prison.
Right, well unfortunately to have somebody in authority to call you back, I'd need to take your details to get them to call you back, because the critical incident manager wouldn't just be able to, he doesn't just answer the line, obviously due to the amount of work that he has. So if you do wish for him to call you, I'll need to take your details.
Okay, did you just say political incident manager?
No, critical incident manager.
Okay, and when's he likely to phone me back?
I have no idea because I don't know what his workload is.
Well, I'd like him to phone me back immediately because
No, I can't promise that, sir. I can put a log on for you and ask him to call you. Well, he may be out on another job at the moment, so it will be when he gets a chance to call you back.
Well, could you put me through to someone else then?
No, we can't. It doesn't work like that, sir. You come through to the Force Contact Centre. So we then take the details here and the logs get sent over to the relevant department for recalls.
Well, have you got a number for this relevant department? Where I can
No,
speak
I've
to
just told
someone?
you, I've just explained, we take your details here. If you're not willing to give your details, sir, then I can't take the call any further.
Well, that's just not good enough, is it? You're
No, but that's the procedure.
Well, I don't care about procedure.
I'm not getting into an argument with you. If you're not willing to give me your details, I can't get anybody to call you back.
So, I suppose you're about to cut me off now, are you?
Well, obviously you're aware of the procedure because you must have been told it before.
I'm not interested in procedure. I want to speak to someone with authority.
That's the procedure, alright.
Could I have your name, please?
You can indeed, yeah. My name's Helen and my collar number is 19052.
Okay, and you're not going to put me through to anyone
I
with
can't
any
put you through,
authority?
sir. I've just explained. We take a log and we ask for the next available officer, Force Incident Officer, to give you a call back, and that's the procedure.
Do you have a personal opinion on this? Why Roger's in jail? Do you think that's right?
I've got no opinion on this whatsoever. You're obviously aware that we have no comment on it.
So you don't care that we're obviously living in a police state now?
Nothing, sir. I'm not taking it any further because I have emergency calls waiting. Thanks for your call. Bye-bye.
I believe I've just been cut off.
The traitors just don't give a cuss. The British Constitution, join the revolution. Lawful rebellion, outright. The British Constitution, we stand for a future we control. Our heritage lies in free men's souls. We fight to conquer Britain's foes. The British Constitution.
If you are still not concerned about the demise of our Constitution, then you really should be. The British Constitution Group is concerned that our Constitution is being flouted and ignored by our politicians, our courts, and by the police authorities. This means our rights are being taken away from us in tiny stages so that we hardly notice. What we are witnessing is the emergence of a global world authority that is imposing its authority by stealth. The good news is that people are starting to realize what's going on. The mere fact that you have watched this video means that you have at least taken the first step to waking up to the reality of your future, which has the potential to be undemocratic and oppressive, or democratic and free. Having made the first step, please now make the second. We would like you to join the British Constitution Group and help us to reassert our Constitution and to reimpose the rule of law on the political establishment, the courts and the police authorities. And by so doing, help us to prevent an arbitrary and undemocratic authority being imposed upon us without our consent. I hope by watching this video you've been convinced that your Constitution is worth defending, and in fact it is essential that we do so. And I hope that you will join us in what we regard as the most important battle to defend our rights and our freedoms for more than half a century. Thank you for watching.
We fight to conquer Britain's foes, the British Constitution. We fight to conquer Britain's foes, the British Constitution. The British Constitution. The British Constitution.